Hello, I'm Passer and I make cartoons. I was recently working on a project where the producers liked keeping track of things in a spreadsheet, but all my fellow artists and animators liked keeping track of things in a big Discord chat with the most recent progress for each shot. This isn't only nice because you can scroll through it, you can also link to it elsewhere and immediately see your neighboring shots and get that context. And then as I got put on more projects, I started seeing the need for this format to be easily accessible, and I started getting tired of updating it by hand, let alone in two places. So I looked up one day, can I integrate Google Sheets into Discord? And the answer ended up being yes, and I ended up being thrown headfirst into a rabbit hole with webhooks that led to me learning code a little bit and some pretty cool results 1 week later. We're going to demo this for you right now with a film I'm not working on at the moment, but might finish one day, I don't know. This code I made leans into Google Sheets table system, so that's our starting point here. And on this template document I've set up, we've got these stars set up like a difficulty rating and these columns for each step of the animation, along with a space to put an artist's name. These checkboxes relate back to the previous column, and I've got them set up so unchecked is a work in progress and checked is a completed task. I probably should have also set up smart chips somewhere along the way, but this was a big enough task as is. I just went with what we were using for the project at the time. These columns on the right determine what embeds go into the Discord message, and you get up to 2 for each message. We've been using one for the most recent progress update for the shot, and one for any production materials it would be useful to tuck under it. And I've designed them to work based off of shareable by link Google images, GIFs, and videos, because remember kids, Discord links technically die within a week of you posting them or something like that. So if you clear your Discord cache, you're cooked. But you'll see here, if we try to use the image link formula with these links, they're not even embedding into the Google Sheet. And they're not going to embed into Discord by default either. But get this, while researching this issue on page 3 of the Google search, there's this Reddit link detailing all aforementioned media has embeddable forms of this link. The problem is you have to rework each link by hand if you want them to embed. Psych! Highlight these boxes, hit this new menu item I made, and it does that for you, for everything in the selection. You're welcome. And this code will grab the rightmost image out of these columns first, and then if you have a second image in this last column, it'll grab that as well. And when all the pieces mix together, this is the resulting format. That's what it's capable of. We're going to move into some of the document setup so you can use this stuff yourself. It's going to make sense to view each row of this table as a Discord message and each column as a line in that message. So if we dip into the code, we're going to take a look at this top box. You'll fill this out according to how many rows and columns your table has. You'll also put the link to your Discord webhook in this document as well. I'm putting a warning here like you'll find in every other video about Discord webhooks. If anyone gets access to this link, you are cooked. So I have it tucked away in this document instead of the actual sheet itself. Anybody who sees that link has the potential to push anything into that chat. Also kept within this document is the function you're going to want to use to kick off your project. I've got it commented off here. You're just going to delete this star and the slash on each end. And I have it this way because you don't want to activate it on accident or you'll be deleting upwards of like hundreds of messages. But however many rows are on your table, you're going to want to add 5, and then that's what you're going to set this number to. And then save the document. You can run this function with this drop down menu here, and by hitting run, you will find empty Discord messages populating your new chat that you've set the webhook up with. Dipping back over to the table, we've got some tedium to work through now that we have the Discord messages. You've got to right click each of them and copy the message link. For each corresponding row, paste them into the notes section of the first cell. This is how the code will know which Discord message to push the row's info to. There is no good way to automate this, unfortunately, but I at least got it working so you can move the notes around. It's better than nothing. After your messages are set up, you're gonna add a star note for your star columns and a check note for your checkbox columns, and then for the notes column, you'll put notes. You can have as many columns as you want in whatever order you want, as long as it matches the number you put in the code before. Now our table's set. We can put all our data in, and I'll time lapse through that for y'all. Make sure whatever images are in here embed in Sheets, so they'll also embed in Discord. And then you can finally hit update Discord chat log. And now all your messages should be updating at a rate of 5 messages per second or so. Look at that. Wow, glorious. The best part about this though is you can edit the sheet and push it again. Fuck this storyboard, bro. We're doing a Nyan Cat movie now. Nyan Cat's storyboard, Nyan Cat's soundtrack. Are you too young to have heard this song before? Let me know in the comments. If you want to try this sheet out though, I put the template on my GUMROAD for $3. I don't think that's too awful of a paywall for a week's worth of work. Plus, it's the only avenue I have right now for people to support me, so pretend that things like my Patreon, and if you want to see more from me, go pay $3 and have access to a cool Google Sheet. If you don't want to spend $3 but still want the knowledge, I'll link some of the tutorials that made this project possible in the description of the video, because while I put a price on my time, I don't put a price on your knowledge. Go try and reinvent this project yourself. In fact, I'll be brave and say you should tag me on Twitter if you end up making something cooler than I did, and then I'll toss you $3 for it. Art economy, bro. Hell yeah.